Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Space Station Silicon Valley for the Nintendo 64. In the last video, we played through Rocky Hard Place, which had a ton of platforming. And now, we're going to play through Stinky Sewers, which has a ton of maze-like corridors. Flopping honk, Evo, what's that stench? It must be coming from down there. In the sewers. It smells worse than your backside. Evo's a robot. Anyway, we have 3 mission objectives. Find the key card to access the main tunnels. Reactivate the bid taps. And gain access to the King Rat's hole. So, we're going to see a new animal in this area. We start off as a racing dog here. And we're going to be exploring a little bit here. We need to go through this little area and touch the door in order to open it. Now, if you go over here, you'll find out that this is the exit. You won't be able to do anything yet. I think you'll find that's for kings only, Evo. Yeah, we need the King Rat for that. Also, these smelly things. Obviously, rats can eat them. It's poop. Keep this stuff in mind for later. So for right now, there is this door. But you need a key card, silly. So we need to go through here. And we need to keep this area in mind for a little later as well. In the meantime, we need to destroy the 2 rats that are around here. And we need to make sure we don't get blown up by the mines, because that would be bad. There's not only a rat in the corner, but there's also a rat here. There's also some energy. And there is this little area. We can't do much as the racing dog for the time being. So, let us switch to the rat. Let's pick up our first 2 power cells here. And then, let us go further forward. There are 2 rats here. We'll need to fight them. Now, after a while, these 2 rats will attack us. And we managed to take one of the rats down. I'm kind of surprised by that. And now, we kind of need to watch where the other rat is going. Which could be anywhere. That's practically a dead end. Except, no, it's not. Where did you go? Especially when... Ah, there you are. And again, you want to watch out for the mines, because they will blow up on you, and, well, that's not fun. Oh, now you start doing this. Okay. I guess if you're going to play that game, I'm going to play the biting game too. Well, it's a good thing we went over here, because that gave us some energy. I'm going to need that for what's coming up. There's this area that I don't want to go into just yet. And there's also this little path that leads to the power cell that we saw earlier as the racing dog. Now we have to go into that corridor, and we have to do this as the rat. Because there's a racing fox there, and I don't want to fight this thing. So there is... this little area. And well, that gave us a little bit of energy. And the explosions kind of help with a few things. But I don't know where that fox is. Okay, the fox is right there. And the fox looks like it's looking a little weak. Oh, there it goes. You just got to run around the room, hope that the fox kind of blows itself up, and of course you want to come in here with as high as health as possible. There are some power cells up there. It's easy to get to if you have the speed. Make sure you get those before you leave. And now that we're the fox, we can go over there. Now, I do want to find my way out. I ate the stuff, so there is that. However, there is the stuff from earlier that I didn't eat. Now, believe it or not, there's a reason I ate that thing when I was the rat and I was fighting the fox. Turns out when you eat these things as the rat, you can get a little bit of energy. And that energy more or less saved me. Which you may need. Anyway, we need our good old friend the fox again. So let's find the fox. Something tells me we're gonna need the fox to get around in the water. Now, there are still some things that I need to do. And, well, they're going to be right here. Alright. We have to go here as either the rat or as the fox. Let's avoid getting blown up. And apparently, you two have no problem blowing each other up for some reason. Can't imagine why. Like I said, you two have no problem blowing each other up. Well, might as well play as the other rat. Which makes getting rid of that other rat absolute gangbusters. And, okay, first things first. Let's eat that as the rat. In case I... Really? And then, let's get rid of this rat. He's just spinning everywhere, so I can just take care of him in a second. Second of all, that is a door. And there's a scientist there. Well, he's no longer with us, and we can take his key card now that we've approached him and gotten it out of him. And don't forget to get the 2 power cells behind the dead scientist. Now, we need to go through here. Believe it or not, the current will take us back. And from here, we need to touch this panel. Access granted. We now have access to this area with the key card, which is excellent. Also, I do like the fact that our sweep attack does not trigger the bombs. And you just stood there. Don't know why. You did. But, well, you did. Gonna have to get rid of the other rat that way. I may have to. Ah, he blew me up good. I did not like that. Well played. That's what I get for not knowing where the other guy is. And you are apparently cruising for a bruising. I don't know why the rat is doing this, but the rat is indeed doing this. Well, now it's kind of come to an end sometimes. So, oh, not you too. I'm gonna have to play as the other rat, won't I? Yep. Alright, about to say, please blow up now. And let's get the energy here. I'm gonna need it. Maybe. And I may need the energy here too. Also, there's a dog there. Remember that for later. Don't forget to get the power cell here. Pretty easy to miss. And there's also more rat food. Let's get the rat food. Before I forget. Even though I'm not going to need it for this purpose. Ooh. Let's... Yeah. I do want to blow those up. Well, I'm going to need this now. I think it's better if I did that with the missile dog or with the fox. Maybe with the fox. But hey, at least we have a reason to get the energy here now. And apparently, that's right there. So, let's go back to being the fox. And we can't do anything here yet. For now, let's just go down this path and hit this tap. This will finish off one of the objectives where we have to turn on the big taps again. And the other tap is going to have to be on the other side of that. Well, there's a dog here. But it's a regular dog, not a racing dog. Very interesting. What we need to do is we need to push this little drum, this little barrel of toxic waste, whatever it may be, over to here. Now we're going to have to use these crates and that barrel like platforms. And we need to go over here. There's a missile dog here. Why do we have a missile dog? Probably just to get back. Not much other reason other than to do that. And we do want to hit that panel there to get that power cell. And now we're going to go back and we're going to get the fox. We need the fox. All right. Before I do anything else, I need to see if I can get some more energy. I hope I didn't ruin my chances of getting any. I think there's some at the beginning that I just didn't get. And I want to make sure I get that before I leave this area and come straight back. No? Well, looks like I might be having a tough time here. Maybe. For my sake, let's hope not. 'Cause I wouldn't like that. Well, we're as good on energy as we're going to be, so it's time to go through here. Alright. Believe it or not, there's a power cell right here. Easy to forget. And you can kind of tell where you are just from the color of everything. When you see this, you're nearing the Rat King. And between the blue and the green areas, there's another power cell. And we should be at 4 power cells left. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go in here, we're going to face the Rat King. So when you hear that little trumpet, wow, you guys just blew yourselves up. Not sure if you could tell just from watching the deals with the enemy hit point meters down there, those enemy energy bars right there, but they just cut their own health in half just for me backing up. So that'll make things a little easier, being the fox. Now, when I approach the dirt floor, the trumpet will sound again, and I'll have to deal with the minions. I should be able to take care of them. Why does the enemy's hit point still show up and just flash from there on in? They can't be hurting each other. It doesn't seem that way. Unless stuff's actually happening, which I doubt. I'm getting eaten a little bit, but thankfully not much is happening here. None of them's coming at me. Need to get a little closer. If I can hit one of these rats, that'll make things a little easier. Like I said, it makes things easier. There's 2 down. And I'm smacking him around, but there we go. May have to get a little bit of energy. No. There's the energy. Sometimes one of those things one of those little energy pickups will get stuck in the wall, which I am not a fan of. Also, it should be mentioned that there are 2 power cells here. And that took care of at least one that took care of at least one of the enemies there, and now I got you. Now this guy has a attack that allows him to release this gas. But guess what? It won't affect me as the rat. Believe it or not. And if you know what you're doing, you can easily just stay right here. Just keep this guy near the wall. Nothing's happening to me. He's not going anywhere. I have this sliver of energy and I can still beat him. Get out of here. New animal. Type, King Rat. Environment, Europe. Skill A, Ratty Smell. Skill B, Rat Army Attack. Water resistance okay. Mass medium, armor light, strength medium, traction average, fall distance medium, production medium, engine diesel, intelligence very high. So by hitting this door, you'll find out that this door will open by hitting that panel anyway. So you can get that little power cell even if you miss out on it. There's also another power cell in this area, and it's right where this hill of dirt is. Now, before we leave, I do want to go back to where the power cell was, because that will give me a little bit of energy back. I want to make sure I get it. And thankfully, it's not hard to find. You just need to find that one part of the maze where the area suddenly turns red, like this. And I went in the direction opposite I should have. Just follow the red. You'll find the last little bit of rat food. That should be the last of it. Oh, I know what I'm missing. There's the one near the end that I didn't get. Thankfully, we can get to that pretty easily. So this little area with the pipe here, that's the exit. And here's the last little bit of energy we need. And the last little bit of rat food. Well, we have a little more energy than before. It's more than enough to get us out of here, provided we don't do anything ridiculous. So, let us get the Rat King. Now, the B button allows us to command rats, but they need to be alive in order for that to happen. Which, that's not going to happen. I hate the fact that the energy's up there. Also, we need the king rat to get to the exit, as well as the last 2 power cells. So by eating all of the stuff that the rats can eat, we get a trophy. We need to head all the way back to the start if we want to get that trophy. And thankfully, we can get over to there. We can get over to here by swimming in. No, I'm still gonna need. Oh, I don't need another animal. I can just run into this with the king rat. We have a ramp. As long as we have a ramp, we can get out of the water. Now we go through here. Now we wait for the bridge. And now that we are pushing this doors to king rat, we can go in here. Now, before you leave, look behind the pillars. And these guys go into a little bit of a frenzy whenever you press the B button. Or, in this case, if you're just here. We've got our trophy. We've got all the power cells. Let us exit this level. And there you have it. We are now at the second to last Euro level, Rat-O-Matic. And we will tackle it in the next video. So, join me next time where we take on yet another level in this game. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!